Okay, as we prepare for Tier 2 in Austria. Oh, right. Okay, Austria Tier 2, Q1, who will make it to the top 10? Should be a good race here, boys. Okay. Big thanks to Dan and Kieran for letting me commentate over the Tier 2 race in Austria. So cheers for that, boys. Session starting to get underway. So, here comes Q1, Austria, Tier 2. Q1 of Austria. Now, Tier 2, I'd probably expect to be around about 103s. I think that's what Dan and Kieran were saying. But 103s around that area, possibly even quicker. Or is that Tier 1 sort of speed? Oh, right. Q1. Who is going to come out on top? Alright, so Q1 18-minute session. I'm expecting a couple medium tyre runs from Tier 2 boys tonight. I know SS underscore the Hound, he likes to try a lap on mediums just to see what pace he's got in qualifying. Who's that coming down the pit? It's a Racing Point Williams. We've now got Trotter going on to his outlap in the Racing Point, with Pedboy just coming behind him in the Williams. QLP's come out on the medium tyre, with everyone else who's going out on for the first laps have gone out on their softs. Let's run with Pedboy a minute. Who's going to be the first to cross the line? I believe it's going to be Trotter. Trotter goes on to his first timed lap of Q1. See what sort of time he can put in. I'll try with a 16-1 in Sector 1. See what the first time on the board is as he comes around the final corners of the Austrian GP circuit. Try with a 105.3 to start us all off in Q1. Pedboy just 4 tenths quicker with a 104.9. Yellow flag. Seems to be cleared off. How's Kieran looking? Kieran just behind him. Just behind Lloyd. Austria with a 105.4. Please teabag me with a 105.4. Not very much splitting Kieran and please teabag me. FNR front with a 104.4. What's going on in that middle sector? Coolp's got his lap invalidated. Now, let's run. Let's go Wild Dog, see what time he can put out on his first timed lap. Wild Dog with a 104.9 to put him on third place. With 5 minutes gone, we've got FNR front with a 104.4. Kieran with a 104.9. Wild Dog with a 104.9. As Amiril Rafiq goes into the 103s with a 103.8. Look, Kieran and Wild Dog have put in... Oh, Kieran's gone off. Kieran's gone off. What's happened there? Is he just in low fuel mode? I believe he is in low fuel mode as he's only reaching at 80 miles an hour. Fastest time with a 103.8. As Coolp put his first time on the board with a 105.4. We've now got... Who's that coming to the pits? Is that Kieran? Yeah, Kieran's limping away to the pits. Hound is now going on to his first lap. Second lap. Hound currently in 15th place. Let's see what his first time is. He can put around... Oh, is he giving his teammate a bit of tow? Down that straight. Could that be a strategy that they've come up with between them? Could that possibly be a strategy that they've come up with? Oh, Hound's gone off! He's gone into the gravel! Okay, so we'll go to his teammate now, who's just about to cross the line to put his first time on the board. And it's a 104.4, which currently puts Sniper Grace in 4th place as he got knocked down by Dan, who now goes second with 103.9. And what's happening with Quick Colour? He hasn't put a lap out yet. Clay's in 15th as Hound's gone into the pits. 5 minutes gone from Q1 so far. We got Amirul Rafiq with a 103.8. No Fan Dan with a 103.9. FNR Front with a 104.4. Sniper's Grace also with a 104.4. The top 5 are currently within 1 second of each other. No. Yeah, top 5 are currently within a second, thereabouts of each other. The Quick Colour Clay and SS the Hound. Those 3 haven't put a lap out yet. Let's see what sort of time Clay can put out on his first timed lap as he goes round Austria. I wonder if anyone will beat the 103.8 by Amiral Rafiq for this evening. Clay with a 44.6 in the second sector. Now, if I have a look at the different sector times, Amiral Rafiq, currently our provisional pole leader for Q1. Has anyone beat his times? FNR Front hasn't improved on his second lap in the first sector. Clay has put in a 104.4. Quick Killer and Hound have yet to put out a timed lap. What's Pedboy now going to put on the table? The only person yet to come close to Amiral Rafiq's time is Dan with a 103.9, just a tenth off of his time. Now, will Hound make a mistake? Coming through the last few corners now to put his first timed lap on the board. Hound with a 105.9, which puts him 15th on the grid. Has anyone not improved their lap time over? Oh, Hound's gone into a wall. Hound's just gone into a wall. Going through turn 3. Could he have just put the power down a bit too early and spun it into the wall? But now there's a bigger gap. There's more places coming in within a second of first place. We've got the top 7 so far, a second away from Amiral Rafiq. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2, which is a big ol' W088 who is currently in low fuel mode. Let's hope he doesn't cause too many struggles for those who are on track currently. Now, Now, what can Dan do coming round for his second lap? Coming round the Austrian GP circuit. Dan with a 44.7 in Sector 2. 2/10 above his first time. Is he going to improve this lap? We'll find out as he comes through the final corner of Austria. And he cannot go quicker than his first time. Now, as we come on with Quick Colour, who is on a fast lap that's been invalidated, unfortunately for him. Now, Hamd is now on his out lap. We'll go to Please Teabag Me in Sector 2 with a 44.8. 4/10 quicker than his first time, and he's gone off into the gravel. Just coming to Sector 3. Let's go with Gainful Odds as he's coming through the last couple of corners. Is he going to improve his 14th place? Let's find out as he goes 2/1000ths quicker, and he remains. Oh, what's happened to Biggle? Something's happened there. He has retired, I think, from the session. We'll go on with Quick Colour as he goes into Sector 2. Is he going to catch the toe of the Haas going down the straight? Now, will Hound improve his time? He's currently 2 seconds behind the leader with a 105.9. Pedboy's now out as well. What is going on? Hound coming through Sector 3. Will he improve his time as he comes down the front straight? No, he can't. He can't improve his time. So far, our top 10 goes Amaral Rafik, No Fandangle, Colpe, FNR Front, Quick Killer, Sniper Grace, Clay, Biggle, CDR Kieran, and Wild Dog rounds out the top 10. Ham's now struggling through the circuit. Gainful Odds coming through. Tricky part coming in between Sector 2 and starting Sector 3. He's 2 seconds above his original time. Will he be able to make that up in the final 2 corners? If he can, he's a miracle maker. As he comes around the final corner, and he has a 1:10, 4.7 seconds slower than his original time. Are any of the front runners out of the pits currently? No. The only person to be going out currently is Please Teabag Me on his final lap of Q1. Wonder what sort of time he can put in round Sector 1. a 16.2, 2/10 quicker than his time. Will he be able to improve his overall lap and go quicker than 15th place? Let's find out as he comes round the left-hander of Sector 2. He's purpled the second sector. Now, could he be running for first place in Q1? As he comes round the last few corners, will he sprout up to that top step? He doesn't. He improves by half a second and goes to 11th. Wild Dog and Kieran, millionth of a second apart. I wonder what's going on there. Could it be that they have the same... Could it be that they have the same setup? Okay, Q1, Amiro Rafik, No Fandango, Culpe, FNR Front, Quick Killer, Sniper Scrace, Clay, Big Ol' W088, CDR Kieran, Wild Dog, Please Teabag Me, Ped Boy, Trotter, Goodip, Gainful Odds and Hound are all through to Q2. One thing that surprises me with those current times is Hound being 16th. Could he improve in Q2? Let's find out. No, he cannot. He's been knocked out. Who is going to be the first out the pits into Q2? I believe it is Ped Boy in the Williams coming out for his first lap. And I believe we also have Dan coming out the pits as a Renault leaves the pits. Nope, that was Lloyd coming out the pits. Never mind, sorry Dan. As people come out of the pits to start off Q2. Now, does that Williams want the advantage of the slipstream? Is that why he let Trotter through? We've also got Kieran coming out the pits. Goodip coming through the pits. Gameful Odds still in there. We've got Culpe. And now we'll go to Trotter, who is going on his first timed lap of Q2. Let's see what sort of time he can put on to start off with. And see, no, he's not. He's abandoned his first lap. So we'll move with Culpe, who is going up through Sector 1. Culpe has purpled Sector 1. Let's see what happens there. And we will go to Ped Boy, who is currently the first one who is going to be putting out a time. Ped Boy purples Sector 2. Let's see what sort of time he can put on for the start of Q2. He puts out a 113. Lloyd has put a 113.3. Calpe with a 104.5. A lot more people have gone on to the medium tyre through Q2. Clay has now put a 104.1 on the table. Who's going to be the first to break through that 103 margin? Could it be? Could it be Amaral? No, he is on the medium tyre. Who's next to put out a time? There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. Could that be of a car who has been put into low fuel mode? No. As Lloyd now comes out with a 105.5. Kieran's put a 105.7 on the board. Now I wonder why so many of these drivers have gone on to the medium tyre into Q2. We have currently Clay, Calpe, Please Teabag Me, Goodip, and Wild Dog on the softs. Everyone else has gone to the medium tyre. As we will go to Goodip, who is about to start his first flying lap. Now, we now have a red... We now have a yellow flag in Sector 1. Is that the Ferrari of Kieran? Indeed it is. We'll go to Sniper Skull, who's going on his out lap. Now, who is going to be the first out of the cars on track? Wild Dog did just purple Sector 1, I believe. Oh, Wild Dog has spun it just coming into Sector 2, so he will not be able to improve his time. Goodip has also has his time invalidated. Who is going to be next to put their time on the board? It is going to be Goodip, but his time got invalidated. Gameful Odds currently at the back with a 106.5 on the medium tyre, with Clay with a 104.1 on the soft tyre. And I will go to Kieran, who is going into the pits, but his teammate Wild Dog is going for another lap. Now let's see if he can improve his 127.5. That will be soon down to a 105 in 104, 105, run that area. Not if he goes up wide like that and his time's been invalidated. Okay, the top 10 so far is Clay with a 104.1, Calpe with a 104.5, FNR Front with a 104.7, Please Teabag Me with a 105.09, Sniper Scrace with a 105.096, CDR Kieran with 105.2, No Fandangle with a 105.3, Biggle with a 105.4, Trotter with a 105.5, and Gainful Odds locking up the top 10 with a 106.5. And we will go to the racing point of No Fandangle, who is currently on his outlap and is going into the pits. Quick Killer has gone wide into T1. And we will go with Pedboy, who is now on a fast lap. Let's see what time he can put out on the board. And his lap's been invalidated in the first corner. Who is that going into turn 3? That is Amaral Rafiq, who was our Q1 leader. And he is currently on the medium tyre. Let's see what he can put out through Q2. As we have 6 minutes remaining. Times very close to each other. With our top 6 all within a second of Clay. And Amaral Rafiq now coming through the last corner. What time is he going to put on the board? He goes third with a 104.5, just 3 millionths of a second below Culpe. Now, Goodip and Pedboy are still yet to put out a lap. Quick Killer going into the pits. We will go to the Haas of Gainful Odds, who is just about to start his first lap. Let's see what he can do. Can he improve his 106.5 as he goes through Sector 1? We did have a yellow flag in Sector 2. I think that was just letting the racing point of Trotter go through, but he has abandoned his lap. We'll go back to Gainful Odds now, who is going through where we've seen quite a few cars spin off at this section, just coming into Sector 3. Now, will he be able to improve his time? Let's find out as he goes through the last corner of the Spielberg circuit. And he does. He goes 8th from 12th with a 105.2. Goodip is still yet to put out a time on his soft tyres. Now I believe this is Goodip going through Sector 2 with a 47.0, which isn't the quickest time we've seen today, but he hasn't put a time out yet, so therefore everything will count as he goes through the last corner. And he goes off with a 107.3 as Amaral Rafiq has now retired from the session. What's been going on there? Now Wild Dog completely misses the braking zone for the pits. And we will go with Gainful Odds, who couldn't improve his time. And we will go with Pedboy, who is just purpled Sector 1 and 2, I believe. As I will have a look. I don't believe he has. But what does he go around the line with? A 105.2 to put him 12th place. Kieran is now in second place of Q2, just 1/10 behind Clay with a 103. With a 104.3. No one's been able to break through the barrier of the 104. No one's been able to go quicker than that. Could it be that they're using old softs and saving the quickest time for last? We'll go with... let's go with Dan, as he is on his outlap and just coming to start his timed lap. There's now a yellow flag in sector 2. Dan's going through and he starts his time and he goes wide into turn 1. Sniper's Grace has now retired from the session too. And Dan's parked it into a barrier as Goodip goes past him. Now, is the McLaren of Please Teabag Me going to go quicker than his 105.09? Is Goodip going to make it through to Q1 as he puts a 46.4 going through sector 2, 7/10 above his original time. No, he goes into the pits and he isn't going to make it to Q3. Who's that going on to the final lap? Please Teabag Me with the best time of a 105.09. Biggle's gone a tenth slower in the second sector as he is the only car on track going for a fast lap. Is he gonna be able to go through to Q3? He doesn't. He goes into the pits. As everyone is now finished with Q2. Q1, let's see some very good racing. No, Please Teabag Me going for a quick lap, though it seems. I believe we're just waiting for Please Teabag Me to come into the pits to round out our Q2. With Clay with a 104.1, Kieran just 2/10 behind him. Okay, so we've got Clay with a 104.1. We've got Kieran just under 2/10 behind him with a 104.3. Then we've got Calpe with a 104.5 rounding out our top 3 who are all on softs. Then we've got Amaral Rafiq, who is our first on the medium tyre with a 104.5, and Trotter with a 104.6 on the soft tyre. Now we will go into Q3 with Please Teabag Me, Calpe, FNR Front, Quick Colour, Clay, Wild Dog, Trotter, Kieran and Amaral Rafiq. FN off front is going to be leaving the pits, as we have a Renault who is now leaving, who is Colby. It's that Wild Dog coming out the pits with Trotter just behind him. Now we've got Kieran, who is opting to stay in the pits to start off with. Now, we have got a very interesting Q3 with some very, very quick people going into the top 9 drivers. Everyone has now got softs fitted to their car, and we will go with Colby, who is our first driver to go for a fast lap. Let's see what his first time is going to be. Kieran and Clay are the only ones still in the pits. Please Teabag Me has retired. What's happening there down at T1? Please Teabag Me down at T1. What's happened there? Colby has invalidated his lap on the last corner, and we will go to Wild Dog, who is next across the line, and he puts in a 104.9 to start off Q3. Amaral Rafiq is next across the line as he goes on to his first lap and does a 103.7. Who is Amaral Rafiq, the first person to go into the 103s for Q3, as we've got a yellow flag going into T3, who will next be across the line with a fast lap. Clay and Kieran still in the pits. Wonder what their strategy is for Q3. Trotter with a 44.9 in the middle sector, as he comes around the last 2 corners to finish his first flying lap. With this lap going to put him, it's going to put him into P3 with a 104.9. As Quick Killer knocks him out with a 104.1. Amaral Rafiq still the only one to go into the 103s, with FN off front just 2/29 thousandths of a second behind. And we've got a Ferrari of Wild Dog in the gravel in sector 2. As he knocks his Ferrari over into the barriers. Is he going to be able to get out of the gravel trap? Quick Killer with a 44.5, a tenth down from his quickest time so far. Could he also break into the 103s as he's coming around the last corner? He does with a 103.8. Just a tenth behind Amaral Rafiq. Clay now coming out of the pits. And on a fast lap, I believe, as he does a 44.6 in the middle sector. Kieran still not out of the pits yet. I wonder what's going on in his mind currently. And Clay comes in with a 104.3 to put him 5th place. Our top 5 currently, Amaral Rafiq with a 103.7. Quick Killer, a 10th behind him with a 103.8. FNR front just into the 104s with a 104.029. I meant to say just missing out of the 103s there. And Colby with a 104.3. Clay not too far behind him, who is everyone in the top 5 a second off Amaral Rafiq. Kieran still in the pit lane. And here he comes now. One of the co-founders of the CDR Racing League for his first out lap of Q3. Amaral Rafiq is now on his out lap. No, that's Kieran, sorry. Amaral Rafiq 3.2 seconds above his Sector 2 time as his lap has been invalidated. Now we'll go to Kieran, who is just coming through Sector 2 for his first out lap. As we've got Colby going on to his second timed lap of Q3. Will he also be able to break into the 103s with Amaral Rafiq and Quick Killer? We'll find out as he purples Q1. As he purples Sector 1. Sorry. Will he also be able to do the same of Sector 2? He is now 2/10 above his time in Sector 2, so he's lost out a bit of time going through the first part of Sector 2. As he's coming around the last few corners now. I believe he has abandoned his lap and is going into the pits. And we'll go to Kieran, who is on his first lap of Q3. And his lap's been invalidated. It would have been a 104.2, which would have put Kieran in 4th place. Will he be able to go back to the pits and out again before the time runs out? We've got Quick Killer now coming across the line with a 103.5 to put him into provisional pole, 2/10 above Amaral Rafiq. What a lap there by Quick Killer. Now, is Amaral Racing Rafiq going to come back with a faster lap than Quick Killer? But most of all, is Kieran going to make it back to the pits in time for a lap? No, he's going straight for it. He's going straight for another lap as he goes 6th with a 1:04.3. I thought that he had his lap invalidated for the first lap, or was that his out lap? I'm not entirely too sure. Amaral Rafik is now purple sector 2. So is he going to go quicker than Quick Killer? He goes through the last corner. And he does, just by a 1/10 of a second with a 1:03.5. With a 1:03.4, sorry. Now, will anyone be able to take that time off of him? Or is he going to be on pole? I don't think anyone is. I don't think anyone's going to take that pole time off of Amaral Rafik. Wild Dog going on with a 1:04.6 to put him 7th place. Our top 5, Amaral Rafik, Quick Killer, FNR Front, Colby and Clay Mull so far, with Wild Dog and Amaral Racing Rafik coming into the pits. Please teabag me with 0 laps as he went and crashed out of Q3 in the first corner of his first lap. Wild Dog 7th place. Okay, our Q3, our top 3, we've got Amaral Rafik, Quick Killer and FNR Front. So we move on to the race now in Austria. I will be back in 2 seconds, boys. grid is now forming up on the formation lap. We've got Hound in last place, which is going to be a nice battle between him and Goodip down the main straight, as long as everyone keeps it clean through turn 1. Our pole sitter in Amaral Rafiq. With Quick Killer in second, just behind him to complete the first row. FNR front and Culpy to go onto the second row. We've got Clay and Kieran, who are going to have a nice battle in this race, I think. But qualifying at this point doesn't really matter. It all depends on what everyone else can do in this race in Austria. We've got 36 laps. Now we've got the front 3 going onto medium tyres to start off this race. Okay, we are started now. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we begin for the Austrian Grand Prix. Now what's going to happen? Trogon has gone to 6th place. Everyone has kept it clean through turn 1. Now as we go into turn 3, is that a move by FNR? That's a move by Culpy on FNR front, who has been pushed off the track, I believe. And he slots in behind the AlphaTauri of Clay Mull. We've got a Goodip with a 5-second penalty for a collision with Gainful Odds, who has now been pushed right to the very back. Hound making 3 places after half a lap. And we have a safety car. Now, is anyone going to change tyre and possibly get an undercut on people during the first lap safety car? Let's find out as we go through. So far, no one has pitted. We've now got Dan pitting. Is he going onto the hard tyre? He's not, he's going onto medium tyres. And the predicted strategy, soft to medium, is the best. That is the prediction. We go on to lap 2, still underneath the safety car. And we've got Culpy and Clay in 3rd and 4th. Culpy and Clay up a place with FNR front down 2. Pedboy has come up from 12th to 8th. Hound has come up from 16th to 13th. Goodip up 5 places, but Wild Dog, who has suffered the most from what happened in turn 1 with 8 places dropped. As the safety car stays out another lap. We will go with our leader, who is currently behind the safety car, Amiral Rafiq. Now let's have a look what happened into turn 1. We've got Goodip and Gainful Odds with a collision. Gainful Odds went into Wild Dog and Goodip went into Gainful Odds. Now, people who have pitted, we've got Please Teabag Me, Hound, Dan, Wild Dog, Biggle and Gainful Odds, with Dan and Biggle going onto their medium tyres, as we are still we are back racing again. Is anyone going to make a move into T1? Oh, we've now got a FNL front has been taken out. I wonder what's happened there. Sure, we'll find out after the race. Gainful Odds with a spin as he locks up coming out of T3. Good at making his place up to 8th. Pedboy has now gone up 5 places. Good at 7. Hound still in 12th. Gainful Odds now, who has gone right to the very back and is currently 10 seconds behind Wild Dog as we go through the grid. Amiral Rafiq with a 107.7 as the fastest lap so far. The only person with a penalty so far is Goodip with a 5-second penalty. As we go on to lap 5. We've got Please Teabag Me just 2/10 away from Pedboy. Is he going to make a move? No, he's not. He's going to back off. Quick Colours gaining time on Colby going into the last corner. Could he possibly be making a move into the first corner? We've got Wild Dog going very wide into the last corner. We've got Clay getting very close now to Quick Killer, and he doesn't go for a move there into T3. We've got Lloyd coming up at the back of Kieran. And Goodip going just behind Trotter as he goes into turn 4. Now a nice gap is starting to appear in between Goodip and Pedboy of 2 seconds. But the person who has suffered the most so far, effing off front, who had terminal damage on lap 4. Let's have a look further up the grid as Amaral Racing being Rafik being put under pressure. Trotter's DNF'd. What's happened there? What's happened to Trotter? Terminal damage as the safety car comes out. Now, is anyone now going to change their strategy? Biggle just overtook Wild Dog under the safety car. I wonder what's happened there. Copy has now gone into the pits. Copy with a 5-second penalty now for speeding in the pit lane. As we have a look who has come in. We've got Copy, Teabag Me, Sniper Crace, Wild Dog, Biggle and Gainful Odds coming through the pits. Has anyone gone onto the hard tyre? No, no one's gone onto the hard tyre. Sniper's Grace coming on to the circuit with fresh softs, and so has Wild Dog and Colby, as everyone else who made pit stop on lap 7 goes to mediums. So far, our top two are Amaral Rafik, Quick Killer, followed by Clay and Kieran, and Goodip to round out our top 5. This is our second safety car of this Austrian GP for the CDR Racing League. As we wait up for everyone to bunch back up. Safety car should be in this lap, as I'm following Hound, who is on 6 lap old mediums. With our top 6 not pitting yet. And the safety car will be in this lap, I believe, as it goes storming ahead, with Amaral Rafik going to set us off once again for our second time under the safety car. Now I wonder if Colby is going to make a move on Hand with his fresh soft tyres. Copy now looking up the inside, but then decided against it. Hand has gone wide and gainful odds. Copy making a move around the outside of Hand, going into turn 3. Now we've got Wild Dog, who has gone in front of Goodip at the start of the safety car restart. Now, with everyone apart from our front 5 pitting, I think we know what's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Hamd on 7-lap-old mediums, and I know Hamd, he will make those last until he needs to pit. And now we've also got Wild Dog with a 3-second penalty, Copy with a 5-second penalty, and Goodip with his 5. As now Wild Dog looks up the inside of gainful odds, and he makes that move stick. Now what's happening here with the Red Bull sandwich? Is Hand going to make it round the outside? He doesn't, but his teammate Sniper Squace gets in front of him going into turn 3. Now is Sniper Squace going to get past Please Teabag Me? He does get past. The Sniper Squace making that move stick, and Wild Dog get in front of gainful odds on his tyres. Now we'll go to Copy, who is 3/10 behind Dan. We've got a lovely battle for 5th here between Pedboy, No Fan Dan and Copy. Is Copy going to look for a move up the inside of turn 1? He does not. Hand on the back of Please Teabag Me. I wonder what he's going to do. What happened there with Biggle? Amaru Rafiq has now gone off into the distance with a 1.5 second gap on Quick Killer as we go through sector 2. Why is Goodip's gone onto the hards? Is he thinking of an undercut? He's just gone onto those hards, so I think he will make up a few places as Biggle. What's happening to Please Teabag Me? He's gone off into the gravel, just coming in sector 3. Copy on the back of No Fan Dan. Is he going to get past him? I don't think he is, going into turn 3. So we go to Hamd, who is battling for 9th place with Biggle. We've now got a yellow flag in sector 1 with Wild Dog. But Please Teabag Me has also gone on to the hard tyre. Now, is that a good strategy between Goodip and Please Teabag Me? I'm not sure. We'll have to see, as the front runners must be going into the pit soon. They've all done 12 laps, the top 5. The top 4 now have all not pitted as Pedboy goes into the pits for another set of softs. So we got a battle for 6th with Copy and Sniper Squace. We'll follow this as we go into Sector 3. Now, I wonder what strategy Pedboy's going on, because those softs will only last around about 10 laps. So is he thinking of going on to another set of softs after the race? After his stint with those softs? He could, because he's just come off the medium tyre. Carpy still on the back of Sniper's Grace as we are going into T1, and he gets the DRS, but is he close enough to make a move into T3? I don't think he is. Wild Dog now getting very close to gainful odds. Just 0.3 of a second, and it goes back up. Will he be able to overtake him? Going into Sector 2. No, he will not. Gainful odds keeps him behind him. No! Wild Dog does go through. For side by side. No fan down on the back of Kieran as the first of the front runners pit of Amaral Rafiq. Let's hope he can get a good stop. He's gone onto the hard tyre, so he's going to the end on those tyres. Dan is on the back of the co-founder. Two co-founders fighting over that podium place. Kieran defending with his life as he goes. Nice move, Dan, as he goes into that podium position, but will Kieran be able to keep up with him on his 15 lap old softs? As gainful odds is right on the very back of Wild Dog there, but he's gone off. Gainful odds has gone off in Sector 2. Sniper's Grace is now on the back of Kieran. Those tyres must be dying on Kieran as they are 16 lap olds. So we reach lap 17 with no major incidences going into pretty much the second half of this race. We will now go to Hound and see how his battle with Amaral Rafiq is going. And he is right on the tail of him. Just getting the DRS there. Quickhill and Clay both still haven't pitted yet, so I wonder what their strategy is going to be. As Dan now takes second place as Clay goes into the pit and Kieran follows him. Let's hope. Let's see what happens here as Clay and Kieran come out of the pit. Colby now getting to the back of Sniper's Grace. With both on the same tyre and the same life of 9 laps. As we now go on to lap 18 with Quick Killer in the lead by 5 seconds. He's managed to get that time up to. Is there a battle for 7th between Hound, Wild Dog and Ped Boy now, with Hound on 16 lap old tyres. So many penalties now coming in. We've got Colby with 8 seconds worth of penalties, Dan with a 3 second, Big Ol with a 3, Hound with a 3, Wild Dog with a 3, Kieran with 9 seconds worth of penalties, Gainful Odds on 3, and Goodip and Please Teabag Me with 5 seconds. As the battle for 7th has now come to an end, with the 2 teammates of Amaral Rafiq and Big Ol now fighting for that 5th place spot, with Clay going to the back of Wild Dog. As it started raining. It has started raining. So now, what lap do they switch tyres? Because you will need to go onto the inters. As it started raining. Who is going to be the first to make the switch to the intermediate tyres? With 16 laps left, the inters will last 1 stint. It's Quick Killer going quite slowly through sector 2. Who will be the first to switch to intermediate tyres? Quick Killer going for another lap on his slicks. With Clay right on the very back of Wild Dog now. And Gainful. Clay's right on the very back. And no one has pitted for slicks. No one has pitted for inters, sorry. Will Gainful Odds pit for inters? No. Oh, there is a spin. Hound has spun his Red Bull going into turn 1. So this might show everyone that inters are the right tyre for choice currently. As Gainful Odds now spinning into the wall. With Wild Dog also going into the wall. I think now, yeah, Quick Killer has now come. Please Teabag Me has now come into the pits for intermediate tyres. DRS has now been disabled, so everyone should be coming into the pits now for intermediates. As Quick Killer, Dan, Sniper Scrays and Colby have now come into the pits. As Please Teabag Me has now gone onto the inters. Will anyone stay out and risk their slick tyres? No, they will not. Now there is a yellow flag just going into sector 3. Someone has stayed out. Kieran has stayed out on his slicks. Kieran has now stayed on his slicks. Quick Killer has been overtaken by Dan. I believe that was in the pit lane. Kieran being surrounded by everyone on intermediate tyres. Dan Kieran the only one left on slicks. What is his strategy? He's going wide into turn into the turn just into the middle of Sector 2. Dan, you've got to... Kieran, you've got to switch to those intermediates. The slicks aren't just going to last out there anymore. As Pedboy is now coming to the back of him and has overtaken him. And so has Biggle as Kieran has spun it. At the start of Sector 3. Those tyres must be gone by now. As Amaral Rafiq now going to the back of Colby. With 13 laps to go. We got Dan in first place with Quick Killer 1.5 seconds behind him, with Sniper's Grace 1.5 seconds behind Quick Killer to round out our top 3. Kieran has now switched to his intermediate tyres as we got a yellow flag in Sector 3, which is Goodip, who has spun. Amaral on the back of Colby going into the middle of Sector 3. Nearly everyone has got a penalty, apart from Goodip, Pedboy, Amaral Rafiq and Quick Killer. Now, if Quick Killer can keep it within 3 seconds, he will have first place. Amaral Rafiq still on the back of Colby now, going into turn 3 as Goodip has... believe he did spin for a second there. And Amaral Rafiq racing Colby into the right-hander in the middle of Sector 2. Amaral really giving Colby a hard time there in these wet, tricky conditions. Clay behind Biggle now, who is Amaral Rafiq keeping it very close to Colby. There's a little lock up there for Amaral Rafiq, and he's lost a bit of time. And there's the Mercedes of Goodip, just in front of Colby and Amaral Rafiq there. Amaral Rafiq going down the inside, but can he make this move stick? No, he can't. Colby keeps 4th place. Amaral Rafiq goes round the inside, and we're going to go side by side. No, Colby tries the switch back, but couldn't make that move go round the outside. And is he going to try it into T1? We've got a lovely battle here for 4th as Amaral slams on the brakes very, very late there to keep Colby behind him. As we scroll through the grid now, these conditions are getting very, very tricky now. Everyone on the intermediate tyre. Amaral and Colby still going at it. Full 4th place. I believe Colby has now backed off of Amaral. As we are 27 laps into this race, Dan is currently in first. Quick Killer with a 3-second time penalty, which I believe is his first one. It is his first penalty. As we stay on with Amaral Rafiq. As we go into turn 3, will Colby be able to get the better of his intermediate tyres? No, he cannot. As Amaral locks up there. Please teabag me on the back of Kieran. Right at the back of the grid. Fighting for 12th. Is he going to be able to make the move stick? No, he cannot. Carpi now dropping back off of Amaral. So we go on to lap 28 of this wet Austrian Grand Prix. We've got a yellow in sector 3. As Goodip has now finished and he spun it. Has he retired or has he crashed? Let's find out. When did Goodip retire? Because his car was still on track. Where has the Mercedes of Goodip gone? It shows that he's DNF'd, but can't see what's happened to him there. As Colby is still within a second of Amaral Rafiq. And we stay on with this battle for 4th place. Now, Colby going back from Amaral Rafiq. I believe he's just now given up and he believes that he cannot get that pace to overtake him. So I believe he's settling for his 5th position. Carpi now with a 3-second time penalty, and he's gaining time on Amaral Rafiq. Is he going to prove me wrong and go charging? There's now only 6 laps left of the Austrian GP here for Tier 2. Big ol' with another 3-second time penalty. The only 2 drivers not to have a penalty so far, Amaral Rafiq and Pedboy. Everyone else has got some sort of penalty, with the most being from Kieran with 12 seconds there. But Dan up 12 places. and he's now being put under pressure from Quick Killer. Copy now dropping back from Amaru. Or Amaral, sorry. These conditions are getting very, very hard to deal with. Gain for odds now, going to the back of Hound. And Amaru going back. He is now on the back of Sniper's Grace. Is he going to get that podium position? Let's find out as we're going on to lap 32. Oh, we've got Please Teabag Me has crashed at the start of Sector 3. We are now down 4 drivers, as Amaru is still there with Sniper's Grace. It seems to be that Amaru can make these tyres last and be able to charge on with the intermediate. So can Colby. Colby's come back from 2 seconds now as he starts dropping back. What's happened there? What has happened to Colby? Nothing, he's just carrying on. He dropped back for a second there. And Amaral is still going after Sniper's Grace. As we run on board, we've got a virtual safety car to clear off Please Teabag Me. And Wild Dog now with a VS, with a penalty for driving, speeding with a VSC. That's going to drop him a couple places. We've now got the second McLaren of Quick Killer spinning. Quick Killer spinning from P2 down to P5. Will he be able to go back up with 3 laps remaining? Amaral still on the back of Sniper's Grace now as we're going into the final couple of laps. Amaral using all the ERS he can, going up to turn 3, as he is right on the very back of him there. We've got a lovely battle here for second place, with Dan comfortably in first position, as Amaral locks up there on his front right tyre. So you can really see how much Amaral is pushing here, looking for when Sniper's Grace makes a mistake. As he drops down now to half a second behind him, as we go on to lap 34 with 2 laps left of this Austrian Grand Prix. Wild Dog has gone to the back of the grid, and he is going for his drive-through penalty. Amaral now 4 tenths behind him. I thought of a move up the inside, but then I thought, no, I could do this another place and another time. Ham there on the back of Gameful Odds. What happened there? Is that Ham going for a move? Oh, Ham has lost it. just at the start of turn 3 has lost the rear end. Admiral still on the back of Sniper's Grace. As we move on to the penultimate lap of the Austrian Grand Prix for the CDR Tier 2 lads. Admiral now dropping back as we've got a Ferrari of, I believe that was Kieran, spinning. Let's go on board with Dan, who is comfortably in P1 with a 3-second lead. Admiral still on the back of Sniper's Grace. He's still on the very back of Sniper's Grace on the last lap. Is he going to make a move to get that second place? He gains a 10th. He's gaining every millisecond counts as we've got a yellow flag now in Sector 2. And I'm going to go back to the battle for second place, which is just under half a second here. And I believe Admiral Rafiq has now not got enough time to make that second place spot. And he finishes in 3rd place. Our podium finishers so far: Admiral Rafiq, No Fandango and Sniper's Grace. As everyone else now has finished, I believe. Claire's gained a 5-second penalty for unserving a penalty. What's happened there with Kieran and Colpy's AI? I believe we're just waiting on hand and gain for odds now to cross the line to finish our Austrian Grand Prix, and that is it. Driver of the day, Dan. I think that is very acceptable. He has gone up 12 places of his original starting position. With Admiral Rafiq in 1st, No Fandango in 2nd, Sniper's Grace in 3rd, Colpy in 4th, Quick Killer in 5th, 6th we've got Head Boy, 7th Biggle, 8th Clay, 9th Gainful Odds, 10th Hound, 11th Kieran, 12th Wild Dog, 14th Please Teabag Me, 14th Good Lip, 15th Trotter, and 16th FNR Front. I have been Silent Ninja, and I will see what a race that was.